All right, welcome back, folks. Jared Bob here. Sarcasm Speaks. That is exactly what you're listening to. We are coming at you on our Sunday night. This is normally when we record. And I am a broken man. I have hit a new unfathomable cold streak, all-time low, rock bottom. I don't know. You pick whatever you want to call it. But I have done the unthinkable. I have lost every bet that I have placed thus far this weekend. According to the Action Network, not a sponsor of the show, but shout out to them. Where I track my bets. It's just an app that you track your stuff on. Doesn't really do much other than that. In the last 30 days, I am down 12.4 units. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with gambling, a unit is a sum of money that is your standard betting amount. So some people, one unit might be $10. Some people, a unit is 20. I think Vinny's a high roller and his unit is 50. So instead of using dollar amounts, people in the gambling world like to use units because it keeps everything kind of on a more even playing field.
Yeah, because some people will sit there and they're like, oh, I'm up $30,000. And it's like, oh, you're up $30K, but you bet 50.
Yeah, yeah. Or you bet $10,000 at a time.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've made $30,000. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or it's like there's a guy I do follow and he's up like, it's like thousands of dollars, but he puts $5,000 bets out there.
Right, exactly. So that is that for those of you, like I said, that aren't.
I do not put $5,000 bets out there.
I do not even come close to that. I have. Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine being down $5,000 bets.
Imagine having that kind of money. So I am very bad. I am so bad. I am going to give you guys two examples of how bad I actually am. So we both happen to follow this guy called Ian McMillan. He's a Canadian gambler who works for this company called OddShark, and they're in the gambling world. And I tailed him last year, which means I followed his bets on college basketball, and I won a lot of money following his picks on college basketball. This year, for whatever reason, because I just cannot pick a bet, I have followed his picks, and he is in the middle of what he called an unprecedented cold streak for him. He said it's the first time he's been in the negative betting college basketball in 3 years. And it's because I've decided to tail him. I'm saying that it's because I have decided to tail him on every bet that he made. And it's gotten so bad that my bankroll has become so low, and that is like the amount of money that you have available to wager bets on, that I no longer am able to follow every single one of his picks, because on any given day when it's college basketball season, he puts out between 2 and 8 picks for the day that he likes. So just to give you guys an example of this, yesterday he put out three picks that he liked. He went 2-1 yesterday. Do you want to? I only had enough money to bet one of his picks. Do you want to know which one I picked?
Obviously, the one that lost.
The one that lost. Yep, that is correct. So the one that I tailed him on is the one that he lost, coming out of his unprecedented cold streak, where he went like 3-11 or something like that. He won the 2 bets that I didn't tail him on, so he was 2-1 yesterday. Today, he put out 2 picks. Again, I didn't have enough money in my bankroll to bet both of them. He went 1-1 today. Do you want to know which one he lost?
One that lost.
The one that I picked. So if that's not enough for you, here's a second example. The PGA Tour is playing at Kapalua this weekend. We're watching the end of the final round right now on TV. And Hideki Matsuyama, historically, is one of the best players at this tournament. He's played there 3 times in the last 5 years. So the way this tournament works, you have to have won a tournament in the previous year to be invited. This year is a little different because of COVID. They invited more people. But
if you made it to the tour championship or won last year, you're in.
So Hideki Matsuyama has been able to play in 3 of the last 5. So in those 3 that he made it to, his average scoring round is 68.9. Now, this course is a par 73, so he averages just over 4 under par. And he is statistically one of the best golfers at this course when he plays there. So, what did I do going into this weekend? I said, I'm going to bet Hideki Matsuyama to finish top 10. Now, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm not going to say he's going to win. He's never won the event, but he plays very well when he goes to Kapalua in Hawaii. So I'm going to bet Hideki Matsuyama to finish top 10. I feel like that's a pretty safe bet. That's probably about as square as it fucking gets. Well, do you want to let everyone know how Hideki Matsuyama did this weekend? Or do you want me to fucking do it?
Well, I'm just going to put it to you this way. So he has the 4th best strokes gained at Kapalua out of any active golfer.
Yes.
He's 4th best strokes gained there.
Yes. He is one of the best at that course on the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Yep.
Dead ass last.
Yep. Dead fucking last. Do you want to know going into today's round on Sunday? This is, if you're not familiar with this course at Kapalua, it's very well known for its wide fairways, its long, its length, and its slow greens. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The wide fairways and the length is the big one.
The winning score is always like 27.
Oh yeah, it's a 27 under. It's fucking it's wild. So the field this weekend is 42 golfers. Hideki Matsuyama is currently tied for last place. He already finished his round. Going into the 4th round today on a Sunday, through 3 rounds, 41 golfers out of the 42 were under par. Do you want to know who the one and only golfer that was over par heading into the Sunday round was? Hideki Matsuyama.
This is a new level of sorcery.
This is unbelievable. I teased the Titans and the over today in the Titans-Ravens game, and there was like 23 points scored. So I had to hit the over 48.5. 23 points. Sick. So I am currently on my way to losing every single bet. So now I have decided to start a new hashtag. Hashtag the race to a 0 bankroll. Or to erase,
you're gonna have to work on that.
The race to erase my bankroll. There we go. I like that one. It's like
that's a pretty shitty hashtag.
Yeah.
Decent mantra, but
yeah. So I am currently giving all of my money to mybookie.com. You guys are welcome. If you also want to join in that, or you want to take some money from them because you want to fade my picks, go to mybookie.com and sign up using our promo code SarcasmPod. They'll match your first deposit up to 50% and give you a $20 free play. And, maybe if you let me know that you did that, I will send you all of my picks for free. And then you can then fade them, which means go against them. Every single one of them.
You can find all your picks on the Action Network.
Yeah, that's true, too. You guys can follow me on the Action Network, and you can see all of my picks that I put on there. And very not good. A very not good time that I'm having with gambling. It's bad. I've never experienced something like this before.
First time for everything, dude.
Yeah. And I was real fucking hot at one point during the NFL season. Like I was ripping, like I couldn't lose. It was like right around like week 7-ish, I think it was. Week 7, week 8. Like sometime in the middle of the season. I think I had a week where I went like plus 7 or 8 units. And obviously it's all gone. Because I'm a huge loser.
Yep. Huge.
Yeah. Emphasis on huge. Huge with a capital H.
Yeah. Gigantic fucking loser.
So that's how my day was going. How's yours going?
I mean, whatever. I didn't have much going today. I went 3-1 yesterday.
Yeah.
The only bet I lost was I had the first half under in the Rams game, and the score was like 3-0 with 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and then they proceeded to score like 30 points.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, they ended with 50 points. They had like 10 for most of the game.
No. They had 3 points through one quarter. I think someone might have scored a touchdown, so maybe it was like 10 total points.
Yeah.
With 7 minutes left in the second, and then they ended up scoring 30 points in the first half.
Wow. That is insane.
It was pretty good.
That's fucking wild. Yeah, I missed almost every... the only game I actually watched yesterday was Tampa Bay. And at that point, I only watched the first half. Because I hit my first run of the year out on the old slopes there, skiing down the mountains, doing waspy shit with all the other white people in New England.
Was it fucking goofy or what? Like COVID goofy?
Yeah, it was kind of a pain in the ass. I say that, but it wasn't really. It wasn't that bad. It was not as bad as I would have expected. Like the way the year has gone and all the stupid ridiculousness, that shit that's gone on with COVID, it actually was pretty smooth. Like, all things considered. Long lines because they restrict how many people can be on a chairlift. So like the mountain I was at had a six person lift. The max you could be was 4. If you all didn't like come together. So you could fill it with the 6 if you had 6 people that were in your group.
Yeah.
But if me and Amy were in line and then there could only be 2 other people that were paired with us, you know what I mean? Like, or 3, like there had to be space in between. So long lines, but they moved relatively okay. Everyone was cool too. Like no one was like a fucking dickhead. Like I don't know. It's one of those things where like everyone just kind of accepts like, hey, we're on the mountain. Like if you're not that people weren't wearing masks because it was also cold as fuck yesterday. So everyone just had their whole face was covered because obviously you don't want exposed skin. But there were times where like people were just hanging out and they kind of like had no mask thing on or they pulled it down and no one was like, excuse me, you have to pull that up. You know what I mean? Like there was no bullshit like that. Like it was cool. It was fine. Everyone, it was a good time. I am sore as fuck. My shanks hurt. So that'll be taking some getting used to, but it's the first run of the year. So it's to be expected. You're sore in places that don't make sense. And then after that, you'll be good. You gonna
no?
You gonna try?
No.
I was gonna say, are you gonna give it a whirl this year?
No. Just talk about a dumb fucking thing. Well, like seriously though. So it's like I don't ski.
Right. Have you ever?
Yes.
Didn't you used to when you were
when
younger?
I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I probably stopped skiing in the 4th grade. I snowboarded in the 5th or the 6th grade. Then I stopped going to that school, so I stopped being part of like the ski club.
Yeah.
So I haven't been in 18 years. And even then I always liked snowboarding better.
Yeah.
So yeah, theoretically I could go, but if I was to choose, I would rather snowboard, which is not always friendly for people who like to ski. Skiers don't like snowboarders and vice versa. The other part is like I'm not very good, and I'd be going with people that are good. And listen, I know they would be fucking accommodating. I get it.
Yeah.
Like I know they would. It's not like they're fucking assholes, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
That's like me going to a golf course, and it's like it would be like me going to like a nice golf course, being excited to golf, and then it's like, yeah, I'll play those short tees with you. I don't mind.
Yeah,
It's like I do, but
yeah.
it's like I'd be like I wouldn't be a dick about it, but it's not like something I want to do.
Right.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna. I don't fucking care. I have no desire to do it either. That's the other thing. I have no desire to ski or snowboard.
Yeah. Especially now too, like if you haven't done it forever, it's a tough time to pick it up because not that we're old or you're old.
I fucking feel old.
But it's one of those like when you're fucking 30 and you're trying to learn and you take a couple good falls, you know, you don't rebound quite as good as you did when you were 20 or even like 15 or 14 when you were learning then.
12,
you know?
11, 12.
Yeah. You're 11, 12 years old. Or like when I started when I was like 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you just fucking, you fall and you bounce back up and you just keep going. Yeah. Now it takes a little bit more to get back up.
No, I have no desire to do it. And then never mind, there's like logistical stuff. Like, all right, so I have to go and I have to rent everything because I don't own anything.
That's true. Yeah.
Then it's like, never mind that I don't have like, dude, like I don't have fucking socks, pants. I don't even have that stuff.
Yeah. That's a pain in the ass.
So never mind. First and foremost, I don't want to.
Yeah, dude, I ate shit as soon as I got off the lift yesterday. Like the first run, we go up to the top. I unload and I go off to the side, and you know we get like we're all gathered, whatever, and then there's like a little like drop down to go where like all the other trails are on like the little tiny ass fucking hill that like brings you to like the plateau to like pick which trail you want to go down. I fell right there, and I was like, "Are you fucking shitting me?" And I couldn't get up either. Because I was like, the way I fell, I was like on the hill and my fucking ski pole, like the strap on my ski pole, like snapped open. So there was nothing to like hold on to. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Because I didn't get my skis tuned before the season. So I just went yesterday and said, fuck it. So I was literally all over the place. I was like, I felt like I had zero control over anything that I was doing. So I had to like actually like lean into shit more. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but I left them up there and I'm getting them tuned. So yeah, I would I mean, obviously this is not my, this is not up to me, and also this might not even happen, but if there was ever a weekend when, Michaela's whole family isn't in Vermont, that would be a fun trip to go for a weekend. Because it's one of those where like, yeah, I'd love to go up there. And it's like, I'm also not, one, I'm not going to invite myself. And two, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, your whole family's up there. Yeah, sure. What the fuck? Well, let's go too. Let's make it even more.
I'll come too.
Yeah. But so I don't know. But even if it's for a day, I could do a day. Oh no, I'm not going to do a day there. It's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's fucking 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing a day trip. I would find somewhere to fucking stay, or I would drive over to New Hampshire.
Yeah, fuck that.
So you hear about, you know what? I'm going to table that. I have to say something before. So our previous episode was, I have a stat correction. Our previous episode was the celebrity death pool.
Yep.
I am so stupid that I forgot the whole, because I didn't write it down. I just wrote down names. I didn't write down any notes with the names. The whole reason why I put Francis Ford Coppola on my list was because as I was researching and went through, I found out that he was diagnosed with polio as a child. So he's like 90 years old and he has polio. So like, I don't know how long you can live with polio, but like
long time apparently.
Apparently you can live to at least 90. But that was the driving reason why I put him on the list. But during the show, I was like, yeah, Francis Ford Coppola, I don't know, like he's old and he owns a winery, so he probably drinks a lot of wine. He's probably a booze bag, whatever. No, you stupid dumbass. Like I put him on the list because I found out he had polio, and then I forgot that he had polio when we went to record. So there's my stat correction from the last episode. You fucking idiot. So yeah, now we can move forward and trudge through these.
Is that keeping you up at night?
Yeah.
Just rolling over.
Yeah. Well, speaking of keeping me up at night and rolling over, I might have to go talk to Kyrie Irving because you hear he needed to take a mental health day.
Oh, he needed a mental health day?
Yeah. He didn't play. I forget who his opponent was, who Brooklyn was playing the other day, but he didn't. He decided not to play in the game, and like on the day of, Steve Nash, who's the coach of Brooklyn now, gave an interview, and they were like, "Oh, how come Kyrie wasn't out there during morning practice or whatever?" And he goes, "I actually don't know where he is. I texted him about a half hour ago, and he hasn't responded yet." So everyone's like, "Oh, cool." So Steve Nash has no idea where Kyrie Irving is, and he's not going to play tonight. So then, the next day or whatever after the game, or somehow someone got in touch with Kyrie Irving, and they asked him about it, and he goes, "Yeah, I just didn't feel like playing."
Good.
And everyone was like, "Okay." So they were just roasting, all over the Sports Hub. They were roasting him the next day, and then all over Twitter, all those guys, like Joe Murray and Matt McCarthy and Jim Murray. All those guys were just like, "Oh, here we go. Classic Kyrie being Kyrie." And then the Kyrie defenders were out there saying, "Well, mental health is important. He might have just needed a mental health day." And then one of his teammates, I think, came out and said, "Oh, he just had to take a mental health day." So mental health days have made it to the NBA.
Great.
Because playing a sport, getting paid millions of dollars to play a sport, is apparently not good for your mental health. I mean,
he is just.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he has mental health issues, because he's got some weird shit going on. He says some weird shit. He believes in weird shit. He was or is a flat earther. He's tried to come out and deny it. I guess. Did you hear that story? The whole way that went down?
No.
So Kyrie Irving was a flat earther. He was out when he was on the Celtics, he had come out and said some things about the earth was flat. Everyone knows the earth is flat, whatever. And he came out and said, you can Google it, whatever. He was a pro flat earther guy. So because he's Kyrie Irving and he's one of the best players in the NBA, that started causing children to start becoming flat earthers, and it started becoming a widespread thing. So I don't know who or how or what, but somehow someone got in touch with Kyrie Irving and told him to shut his fucking mouth. And he actually came out and said, he tried to say "Oh yeah, that whole flat earth stuff, I was just joking about that. I just got sucked down a rabbit hole one day on YouTube, and I don't actually believe that." But it got to the point because he was saying it so much. If you were joking about it, why were you talking about it all the time?
No, that's just, again, someone's like, "Dude, you got to stop fucking."
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was someone came to him and was like, "Dude, you need to stop. You're fucking ruining children right now because children idolize you for some odd reason, and they want to be a flat earther because you are." Yeah, so that's how bad it got apparently. So he fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'll never get the fucking. But that's the thing is so two things. One, a mental health day is a slap in the face to people with actual mental health issues.
Right.
Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I just need a mental health day." Dude, you just don't feel like going to work.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
And it's again, there are people who have actual mental health issues that fucking. Again, it's just like
someone that has clinical depression and literally
cannot
get out of bed because they are clinically depressed.
Yeah, it's disrespectful to actual mental health issues.
Yeah.
And
It's a cop out. It's an
and
excuse.
piggying back off of that. It's just like, dude, you just don't want to go to work. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to work.
Guess what? No one wants to go to work.
Ever.
If we could just get paid to sit around and do nothing all day, that'd be fucking sweet. But then nothing would ever get done, and then we wouldn't have a country.
We still might not.
Yeah, I know. We still might not. That's true. But we have good news, though, because the Earth is spinning faster than it ever has before.
So does that mean it's like met its demise?
I don't know what exactly that means, but I've seen it on Instagram. Let me see. I have it here. This is from Business Insider. Despite how it may have felt, 2020 was shorter than previous years. Earth is spinning quicker than it has in decades. Earth's 28 fastest days ever recorded happened in 2020. On average, the planet rotated more quickly around its axis last year than it did in previous years. Scientists who measure the speed of Earth's rotation think 2021 may be even faster than 2020. If so, they may need to subtract a second from the year. Wow. They're going to have to subtract 1 second.
Imagine that.
From 2021, just to make sure our calendars are okay. So it says, as it turns out, 2020 was shorter, 28 fastest days. Since Earth revolved around its axis up to 1.5 milliseconds faster than usual. So those 28 days, that 28-day period, broke all the previous records for the shortest days ever documented, which was July 5th, 2005. Did anything happen that day? Anything big happen that day that we know of? No.
I mean, I'll Google it.
July 5th, 2005. That day lasted 1.0516 milliseconds less than the standard 86,400 seconds. So,
I'm working on what happened on July 5th, 2005.
yeah.
Probably not. Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Like 2 people died. That's it.
All right. So apparently spinning faster doesn't really affect anything. It's not like the moon. We all know the moon actually affects us because, the moon affects tides. So how could it not affect us?
Right.
Right. So spinning faster doesn't affect us, though, because it's not the moon. And we're made of water. Oh, you think you're different than the oceans?
Yeah.
Actually,
Kinda.
I do. I
Don't remember being a massive body of water. Call me crazy.
Yeah, but the moon is strong enough to pull on the oceans, man. So, like, if you think it wouldn't affect you, you're crazy.
Call me old-fashioned, but
Yeah.
just don't remember being an ocean.
Maybe you're just a fucking weirdo. But yeah, so that's that. So oddly enough, the entire article on Business Insider does not say the ramifications, like what happens if the Earth spins faster or slower. It just says like sometimes it's been really slow and sometimes it's been faster, but this year was faster, and now they think 2021 is going to be even faster than 2020.
Just like how Kim Jong-un's sister is worse than he is.
Yeah. And Kim Jong-un was worse than Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
And Kim Jong-il was worse than whoever was before him.
Yeah. Just always worse.
Oh, yeah, I hear this one's way worse. But, I mean, ideally, we would just keep spinning into fucking nothingness.
Yeah, like till we just become like a ball of fire or something.
Yeah, and then the aliens would just come blow us up, hopefully.
I wish.
Who's leading in the old PGA
It's,
over there?
Harris English and Joaquin Neiman tied.
Oh. Neiman's done, right?
He's through 17.
Oh, okay.
Is this him?
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's pitching for Eagle on 18.
Oh, wow. Huh. All right. What else? Well, I guess this is kind of big news. Donald Trump got kicked off of all social media.
Yeah. So I am not one of the people that's going to sit here and be like, it's a bad thing for free speech. We have rights. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck off. I don't fucking care. It's a little concerning just to know that how mainstream the major social media companies are.
Yeah.
In that they could theoretically control all info.
Yeah.
That's a little concerning. It's a little tinfoil hatty. But
yeah, but it's also, I don't think it's wrong.
Right. Now, I was listening to one of my clients, and he goes, they never should have kicked him off Twitter. I'm like, all right, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
Here we go. He goes, you shouldn't have kicked him off Twitter. He goes, the worst that happens is he just further incriminates himself.
Yeah.
He's like, that's it. He goes, that's all he would have done.
Yeah.
He goes, if they left him on Twitter, they probably would have and this is a pro-Trump guy.
Yeah.
He calls him the Trumper. Sent him a Christmas card. So he goes, all he would have done is just incriminate himself. He goes, and they would have impeached him or invoked the 25th Amendment or something.
Yeah.
He goes, but you didn't need to kick him off.
Yeah, I am uneasy about it because it sets a precedent that you can, and by you, I can't do anything. It sets the precedent that mainstream tech companies can control literally anything.
Right.
Now, if they had waited until January 21st, which is what I thought. I mean, everyone was kind of under the impression that Donald Trump was going to be removed from all social media anyway. The talk had started back in November. Like, once he lost the election, everyone was like, oh, yeah, well, he's going to get kicked off all the social media now. And the talk has been that he was just going to go start his own news network. Like, he was going to start the Trump News Network.
Yeah, which
like, it's been
probably still will.
It's been talked about for weeks now. But this guarantees that he's going to start his own thing, because if he wants his voice to be out there,
which he does,
yeah, he's going to have to do it on his own network. So get ready for that. So the other thing, like I said too, that the one thing where I'm uneasy about it is because it's while he's still a sitting president. Like I said, if they had waited until January 21st and gave him the Alex Jones, where mysteriously all in one day every single platform just removes him. Whatever. I don't care. But because he still technically has 10 days left in his presidency, I don't know. It's just weird, and people love it. They're like, yeah, get him off. He's inciting violence. Yeah, his words are violence. Like, oh, well, first of all, words aren't violence, but you can go fuck yourself. The other thing is like, it's a political stunt, really, is what it comes down to. It's all a PR thing, because those are the same people that are saying we need to invoke the 25th Amendment or we need to impeach him. Oh, we have to impeach Trump. We have to impeach Trump now. We have to hurry to impeach Trump. Why? He has 10 days left. What the fuck is he going to get done in 10 days?
My other thing is like, it's like, oh, we're going to have to invoke the 25th Amendment. It's like, why? What the fuck do you think? Do you think he's going to like arm himself in the office?
Yeah.
And there's nobody in this country that could get him out?
Right?
Listen, I know we're fucking like incompetent as a country and as a people.
What is Donald Trump
there are individuals
by
that
himself going to do? Because guess what?
Nothing.
His protection, the Secret Service, they're sworn to protect the country. They're assigned to protect the president. But their main oath, their oath is to the country.
And like, that's my thing. It's like, oh, he's not going to leave. What the fuck do you mean he's not going to leave? Someone actually uttered those words to me.
Yeah.
I look back, I go, what do you mean he's not going to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not, well, he's not going to give up the office. I go,
then he'll be escorted out.
I go, yeah, or dragged, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Or shot. It doesn't,
yeah, I don't give a fuck. He's not the president
This
anymore.
is my thing. This is my thing. Some of these people that like really, really hate Trump, you guys are missing the point. Let him stay on social media. He's just going to incriminate himself further.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll tweet some dumb shit. It is what it is, but he'll just further incriminate himself. He'll make himself look worse.
Right.
He has not, by taking him off of social media, you're giving him everything to gain.
Right. Because now the people that still support him are pissed.
Yeah.
And they're going to now they're going to follow him wherever he goes.
Yes.
And they're going to I don't want to say you just radicalized, but you
made him into the Michaela's been calling this whole shit a cult, so I'll give her credit.
You turned him into a cult leader. Yes. Is what you just did. You officially stamped the him as a cult leader now.
Yes.
Because now he's going to go off the grid because he's not allowed on. When I say off the grid, I mean off of mainstream social media, because he's not on Twitter. He's not on Facebook. He's literally not on anywhere. He's not on he's not allowed on the PGA. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The PGA came out and said that they're removing all Trump-owned golf courses for their tournaments.
I actually thought they already did that. Because that's why, like, the WGC left Doral.
Yeah.
The WGC Mexico was never in... So that was actually pretty funny. The WGC Mexico used to be in Doral, which is, I think, in the Tampa area. Maybe not Tampa. It's in Florida. And for years, it was always at the Blue Monster at Doral. Always. Always, 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 always. Then he said some fucked up shit about Mexicans. They took it out of Doral, which he bought, and moved it to Mexico.
That's pretty funny.
But with him and I just don't get it, man. It's like all you're doing, you're making this guy more of a folk hero.
Yes, that's exactly what you're doing. You're turning him into a martyr. You think you're doing the right thing and you think you're righteous, but all you're doing is energizing the other side.
Yes. And like that, and that's the thing. You took him away completely. All that's going to make them do is like him more.
Exactly.
And whenever he does get his voice out there, which he will, don't you worry, he will.
Well, because you know what that does is by taking him off, the people that love him, his diehard, his cult followers, are going to say, see, he must have been telling the truth. He must have been saying something right, because now they don't want him out there spilling the truth. So they took him off. Like, that's how they're going to look at it.
Like, it's like the McRib. The McRib is not that good.
No.
But because you can never get it and only comes around every so often, people love it.
People shit their pants over it, both literally and figuratively.
So that's the thing is, like, with Trump, if you really wanted him to go away, you would have given him more access.
Yeah.
That way everyone's seeing him all the time. There's nothing special.
Right.
Now, I don't know if this actually works because...
It does most of the time, because... So that's what... Hey, just throw that. Throw that notebook.
Spike that notebook.
So that's actually what Joe Rogan has said for a long time, and not specifically about Trump, but just like in general, like crazy people. And he goes, because he's always gotten shit for people he has on his show, but he says, "Well, I put them down and I sit with them for 3 hours and I talk to them, because if someone's really full of shit, you're going to notice." And you're going to see that in a 3-hour long conversation. And there's nowhere for them to hide, really, is what he says. So he's like, all these crazy people, he goes, I'll have them on. I'll talk to them. And maybe some of them aren't so crazy. And then maybe some of them, you can see right through them how full of shit they actually are. But he goes, I'm not going to sit here and deny certain people. Now, as much as he says that, there are certain people that he doesn't have on his show. But... for the most part, as long as he'll have someone on his show, like the people that he does have on his show are on both sides of the aisle, is what it comes down to too. He's not hard one side or the other. But he's said that for a long time. He goes, if you want to see what someone's really like, give them a massive platform and let them talk for 3 hours and see what they have to say. So I think that's right, like what you had just said about giving him more access, because it's similar to like what I said with Joe, yeah, my buddy Joe.
Yeah, you and Joe.
Yeah, me and Joe, because we're on a first name basis.
He's a local guy.
Yeah, well, a local guy. What Rogan says, it's very similar to that. So I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah,
at least
that was like when Paul said that, I was like, he goes, all he would have done is further incriminate himself.
Yeah.
He goes, then you can act like the more he fucking tweets and shit,
The worse he makes himself look.
The worse he makes himself look.
Yeah. And then eventually people are just going to stop fucking caring. Like, people don't have the time for that shit.
Nope.
Literally, the only people that the general public still gives a fuck about on like social media or whatever, just because they're masters at it, is the Kardashians. Like, if you think about any massive celebrity that's been in the news, eventually people stop caring. If you can go all the way back to like, it was like 2002 with Robert Downey Jr. when he went through his fucking meltdown when he was Charlie Sheen before Charlie Sheen. He was all over the news, and then eventually people got sick of it. And then you fast forward to actual Charlie Sheen. Remember Charlie Sheen's bullshit?
Yep.
He was in the news for like 3 months. He was fucking saying he had tiger's blood. He was all coked up. He was doing all kinds of fucked up shit. And then guess what? People stopped caring. And they stopped having him in the news.
Haven't heard much from OJ lately.
Exactly. Like OJ, that was a big one. You literally you go down the list. Anybody that's been like a massive hot button thing, like Casey Anthony. There you go. Everyone was talking about her. Eventually she disappeared. No one talks about her anymore. The whole Tiger King thing, granted we had a global pandemic, but still, Tiger King was huge for like 2 months. Then all of a sudden people stopped caring. No one gives a fuck anymore. Like, eventually people wear themselves out. Like, no one gives a fuck about you anymore. Like, if you're not the president and you're not a Kardashian, like, eventually people are going to stop listening to you.
What's funny, dude, with the Kardashians, I haven't even heard much about them either.
Yeah, that's true. This year, in 2020, they've been pretty quiet. But yeah, even all of that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they fucked up. They think, and this is my personal issue with people on the left. Not to say that people on the right don't do it, but maybe on extremes of either side. I don't know, whatever. It's more so people on the left. It's that they think that what they're doing is for the good of everyone. Like, they're this like benevolent doer. Like, I know what needs to be done, and I'm going to do this, and we need to take care of it. We need to remove this person because I'm going to protect these people from Donald Trump.
Yeah, but conservatives think differently because they'll go,
they're more,
I'll take care of myself.
Right.
I'll decide what I want to see
Conservatives
or don't want to see.
are more individualism, personal responsibility.
I'll protect my house.
Individual freedoms. Like I'll protect my own house. Whereas typically people on the left that are more liberal are like, well, I'm going to protect you by taking this away from you. You're not allowed to have scissors because you might cut yourself. So I'm going to take all your scissors away. Rather than being like, here, this is how you use a pair of scissors. If you want to fuck it up after this, I don't care. But I'm going to at least teach you how to use the pair of scissors. And then I'm going to walk away. That's kind of like the difference between the two ideologies. In very simple terms.
Yeah. Drunk baby terms.
Yeah. Yeah, in a drunk baby. But yeah, they fucked up. They did. It's the wrong move, honestly, I think, at least. Because like I said, I believe with you that if you wanted him to disappear, you just let him talk himself to death. And then eventually he'll disappear. Because he's going to say something fucking stupid.
No, he's going to, like, that's the thing is, if you just let him continue to go, he would have absolutely fucking buried himself.
Yeah.
You actually did him a favor. Because what has everybody been saying this whole time? Like, and I'm saying like Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Reasonable Trump supporters, not the guy with the fucking Viking horns.
Yeah, it's, well, as long as he didn't have a Twitter.
If he didn't have a Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, now he doesn't.
Right.
So you really just gave... This is taking Uncle Ben off the box.
Yes.
It's like, oh, Trump tweets mean things. Let's fucking...
It's the liberal, like, it's their ideology. It's that, like, we have a racism problem. Well, I know. Let's just take Aunt Jemima off the bottle and Uncle Ben off the box, rather than like, no. Let's actually like fix something. It's the scissors thing. It's like you might cut yourself if you use scissors, so you're not allowed to use scissors anymore. It's like, well, why don't you teach me about scissors?
I gotcha. We'll celebrate Juneteenth.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yes, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But you haven't addressed the problem.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's fucking...
The other thing, too, though, it's like from the conservative side, people now think that anyone who has any conservative thoughts are going to be banned. And it's like, I don't believe that. You have to be loud enough and crazy enough.
Yeah. But I don't know. It might start. It's already kind of been happening. There's been shadow bans that are out there.
Well, so in fairness, this is nothing new.
Correct.
So, but some of these people on the right are acting like this is new. It's like,
yeah, no, some of them, and the one thing that's actually really disappointing to me is some of the people on the right are now starting to act like the people on the left 4 years ago, where they're like, specifically in regards to the election, when they're like, Joe Biden is not a legitimate president. It's like, well, you're a fucking idiot. Well, because he won the election.
So do you remember some of...
And I would look at anybody that says that Joe Biden is an illegitimate president. I would say, I want you to rewind 4 years ago, exactly to the day when you had all of the liberal people crying in the street saying Donald Trump's not a legitimate president. And what did you say to them?
President.
What did you say to them when they said not my president? You're a goddamn fucking American. You live in America. You're an American citizen. He's your fucking president. And now you're going to sit here 4 years later and go, Joe Biden's an illegitimate president. No. Because I'm going to use the same fucking thing on you. Are you an American citizen? Do you live in America? Yeah. Well, guess what? Biden's your fucking president. Suck it the fuck up. You don't like it? Go vote again in 4 years and change it.
So do you remember 4 years ago what people were saying was going to happen since Trump won?
Yeah.
Like, all women were going to lose their rights.
Yeah.
He was going to make,
He was going to send gay people to internment camps.
Yeah, he was... he was going to build a giant wall around the country and deport every Mexican.
Yeah. From the day he got elected, all I saw was the LGBTQ AIPXY to the third exponent cubed was... We're going to lose all our rights. We have to be protected. No one's going to protect us. Trump's not going to...
Yeah, they
not once did he ever say he's going to take anything. I didn't see anything in the news. Not that I paid that much attention to the news, but I didn't see anything on Twitter other than the people of the LGBT community whining about it. I didn't see anything said Donald Trump signed an executive order to remove rights from LGBT people.
Yeah, and then there was...
It's like, what?
He didn't dismantle Planned Parenthood like I heard he was gonna.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't make abortion illegal countrywide.
Right.
So now, fast forward to now, we're hearing the same shit.
Yeah.
And
it's two sides of the same fucking coin.
And there's only one thing that I'm actually concerned with, and it's a national lockdown. Because of the current pandemic. But I heard some guy, since Marty Walsh is gonna be the labor king.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's gonna be a union now.
Yeah.
Actually, same guy.
Yeah.
Same guy. He goes, "We're up. Everyone's going to be a union."
Yeah.
I go, "Well, lucky for me, in strength and conditioning, sports performance, personal training, it's the Wild West. You can't unionize us. It's too hard."
No.
He goes, "Yep, nope. Everyone's going to be a union. You, me, you. Everyone who owns a business is going to be a union." I'm
also,
like,
not for nothing, but I'm pretty sure that I heard recently that unions are the smallest that they've ever been. As far as percentage of the workforce, I think unions represent 10% of the workforce, where at their height, they might have been closer to 40, 50%.
But people say that because in Boston, all construction is union because that's what Marty Walsh wanted.
Right.
So,
right.
Whatever. But
which also, not to strain my arm, pat myself on the back here, but I did say, follow the fucking paper trail. Remember we talked about this when fucking Garcetti was supposed to be the transportation king, and then Black Lives Matter protested outside of his house for 30 days straight, and then Biden was like, "Oh, sorry, Garcetti, you're not going to be the director of transportation or whatever anymore." And I said, pay attention to all of the cities that lock down the hardest, and those are the people that are going to start to get picked off for the Biden cabinet. Well, we already saw it with Garcetti, and now Boston locked down pretty fucking hard. Who just got named the director of fucking labor or whatever, the Labor King?
The Labor King.
The mayor of Boston, Marty Walsh.
Do you see who's rumored to be the Commerce King? Queen?
The governor of Rhode Island.
Yep.
Who
they locked down.
They
hard.
locked down real fucking hard. The governor
Actually,
of
their
Rhode Island.
second lockdown is what really did them. Because at first it was fun. Like at first you could go to restaurants, you could go to Newport, you could go golf in Rhode Island, and it was cool. But since the week before Thanksgiving, I think they've been shut down like completely.
They just kind of sort of reopened like the week after Christmas, I think, or like the week of New Year's. It was fucking stupid. So Cuomo, the governor of New York,
he was rumored to be the AG.
Yep.
I don't know if he still is.
New York locked down real hard. So that's what I said. I'll say it again.
Look out for Seattle and Washington.
Pay attention. Pay attention to these fucking people. And it might not even be like mayors or governors. Pay attention to who the congressman of that district is, like the representative from the 3rd district in Washington, which is where Seattle is. Look at that guy or girl, woman, whatever. Yep. Well, pay attention. Follow the fucking paper trail when all the dust is settled and everyone's appointed to all their fucking offices and everything's in there. Look at all those people. And then you're going to tell me that all these lockdowns had no political agenda. There was nothing that said, hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. Well, first of all, hey, Joe, wake up. Wake up, Joe.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Marty.
If I lock down my city hard and we crush the economy and we do what we got to do and we keep people going and we think you're going to win, what do you think you can do for me? I don't know. I'll get you in my cabinet somehow. What's your name again? Yeah. All right, cool. I got you. I'll do it. It's
everyone's been asking me to give this to them in writing. Do you want that too?
Yeah.
There you go, Mark.
Yeah.
It's Marty. Whatever.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Oh, but you know what? So after that too, and this is again where people I just don't know where people think anymore. I just don't get it. Mm-hmm. They go, oh, well, he's rumored to be in the cabinet. He's probably gonna lock things down any further. I go, no. He's already gotten what
he's gotten. What
he's a lame duck
he
now.
Needs. Yeah.
Now he's just gonna be like, yeah, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, he just needs to tread water until he can move to DC.
Yeah, whatever's gonna leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's not gonna do anything harsher.
Nope.
Because there was a rumor he might shut down construction. He's not gonna.
Right.
He's out of there.
Yeah.
And, the next guy, here we go.
Yeah, the next guy is going to be even worse. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably will.
Yeah. Can we dig up Tommy? Mayor Menino, can we bring him back?
I didn't even know what he did. I just know that he was fucking hammered all the time.
Yeah, so that's what I pay attention. Just pay attention. Follow the paper trail. Look at all those fucking people. I think Gavin Newsom has kind of shot himself in the foot, kind of like Garcetti. I feel like Newsom and Garcetti went too hard. They were like, okay, Joe. Yeah, Joe, we'll take care of that for you, Joe. And then they just went way overboard to the point where like they fucked up the state and people were like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where now Black Lives Matter turned on Garcetti and they protested at his house and people are trying to recall Gavin Newsom. They have like almost enough votes that they need to recall him. So those two guys are now nuclear. You can't assign them to your cabinet when you have their state and their city is under that much duress and they hate them that much. They're nuclear. You can't fucking touch them.
Yep. Then also look for some of those swing states. Yeah. Like look at the mayor of Atlanta.
Or the attorney general from Pennsylvania.
Dude, if they get the lieutenant governor from Pennsylvania.
Oh, is that the person?
He's huge. That guy is fucking massive.
No, there was one guy. I don't know if it was the AG or the lieutenant governor from Pennsylvania that came out and said this was like before
it might have been
before the election actually happened.
Yeah, it was either the attorney general
out and said, "Well, Joe Biden's going to win this state."
Yeah, it might have been the attorney general or the DA.
Yeah. I don't know. Look out for that guy.
Yep.
Whoever that was. Like,
Yep.
it's just, you just follow it. Not that like we can actually do anything about it because we're just fucking losers, but
Whatever.
I
just like to be right.
I like to pat myself on the back and say, see, I fucking told you so.
Yeah, I just want to be right.
Should have listened to me. Actually, speaking of Gavin Newsom, and shooting himself in the foot, he came out the other day, and if he already shot himself in one foot, he just shot himself in the other foot too. He just blew off all his fucking toes. So I found this. I found this as I was scrolling through Twitter. I saw Tim Dillon, who's a comedian. He reposted this article from NBC Los Angeles. So this is NBC now. So this is like pretty liberal NBC. The title of the article is Newsom defends California business climate and status of the rich. So I read through this whole article earlier. So the cliff notes are essentially that people were saying he's not doing a good job with California because people are moving. So this one thing is good. His extended riff about the state's business climate came in response to questions about people moving out of California, including billionaires Elon Musk, the head of the electric car company Tesla, and Larry Ellison, the CEO of Oracle. Musk recently moved to Texas, which has no income tax, though Tesla is still headquartered in California. Ellison moved to Hawaii and moved his company headquarters to Texas. So Tesla is still in California. There's rumors that Musk is going to move it to Texas eventually. But people are trying to leave California. There's no surprise there. People have been leaving since fucking August. So it says Republicans have also criticized Newsom for government-mandated business closures aimed at slowing the spread of coronavirus. Newsom noted that California isn't, quote, the cheapest place, but he said people are deliberately spreading misinformation about taxes in the state, though he gave no specifics. So he said people are spreading misinformation of it. This isn't true. Well, can you talk more on that? No, it's just not true. It's all right, cool. That's nothing.
You know what that sounds like?
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah, exactly. So then, let me find the part here. Oh, here it is. Here's a direct quote from Newsom. We've got a lot of work to do to help small and medium-sized businesses, but the folks at the top, they're doing pretty damn well. But I don't begrudge that success. I admire and respect it. But at the same time, we have to be mindful of a competitive landscape, and I'm acknowledging that, and I'm committed as governor to be more aggressive in the future to make a case anew for this great state. So he literally said, we've got a lot of work to do to help small and medium-sized businesses, but the people at the top, they're doing fine. The rich people are still rich. The people that aren't rich are kind of tough. They're in a tough spot, but I don't give a fuck because the rich people are still rich.
What the fuck is he talking about? Is he just like saying words and things?
He's an idiot. He's an absolute fucking moron. So,
Like he acknowledged that there's a problem with the people who actually have problems,
yeah.
and then just flipped it to like,
But rich people are fine. He's saying all the people that don't have money are having problems right now, but rich people are fine. So our state's good.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep, you've nailed it.
Yep. He is fucking liberal Trump. He is the liberal version of Trump.
He might be.
So then, this is the end of it, but this is the best part. I forgot about this is the end. He goes, Newsom's comments irked some members of his own party. This is the part that I liked. He's pissing off the Democrats because he went out of his way to shout out DoorDash and say that he's proud. He goes, the governor is proud of DoorDash. I'm proud of the hardworking sorry, that's a different one. Sorry. Newsom said he said DoorDash is great. They're doing awesome. They're headquartered in California and they're staying. They're not leaving. DoorDash is great. So then someone who is Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, who is a Democrat, says, the governor is proud of DoorDash. I am proud of the hardworking delivery drivers that make the company successful despite being underpaid. So apparently the issue with DoorDash is that they're making a ton of money, but they're not paying their drivers. And there was also something that just passed or something was taken off the table by Newsom, something along those lines, that would have to make DoorDash treat its employees as actual employees. Because right now, I think they probably just 1099 them. But there was something out there that wanted that. DoorDash joined Lyft and Uber in spending more than $100 million to defeat a November ballot measure that would have required them to treat their drivers as employees entitled to certain wages and benefits. That's what it is right there. So, and then Gavin Newsom comes out and says he admires DoorDash.
They're not employees.
Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is now he's pissing off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's pissing off the members of his own party because the Democrats are like, no, we need to pay these people.
They're not employees.
Yeah, no, I know
just
that.
So we're clear.
But I'm just saying this is awesome that Gavin Newsom's going down in flames. So in January of 2020, the actual state of California was in flames. And in January,
now it's just their governor.
January of 2021, now their governor's going down in flames. And they're the mayor of the biggest city in the fucking country.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah. It's wonderful. Wunderbar. Do you want to wrap this up?
We can wrap this up. I got to piss soon.
Yeah.
I've drank like 2.5 gallons of water today.
Oh, good.
Queen's Gambit
Yes.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Good watch.
Is it?
Yes.
I've purposely been not watching it because everyone tells me to watch it.
So here's another person telling you to watch it. So, spoiler alert. You can stop listening if you don't want me to get in. I'm not going to like spoil it, but
Yeah.
So the girl from Split.
Yeah. I've seen the preview for it.
So this show has somehow made chess cool.
Yeah. Because all the kids in my school were playing chess like before we
knew it. I fucking knew this
before we went on Christmas break.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
I said it as I was watching this. I go, this is probably going to actually create like a little bit of a chess boom.
Yep.
Because people are at home.
Yep.
This show's out.
Yep.
It's like fucking poker in 2003.
Yeah.
Or Hold'em.
Yeah.
I fucking knew that.
Yeah.
But
the girl from Split is Chris Moneymaker.
But
and Phil Hellmuth.
Yeah, no, but it's pretty good because it takes the drama of like Rounders almost.
Yeah.
It has a very Rounders feel to it. Because although she's not like a degenerate gambler, she is trying to like hustle and grind her way playing chess.
Yeah.
Coming from fucking shit background. Mm-hmm. Really, it's like against the odds. And it does have the feel of like your degenerate drama, but it's chess. Like, it made chess seem like cool. And then for like 4 seconds, I'm like, fuck, I should get the chessboard from my house. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not nearly smart enough, patient enough, have enough time.
Yeah.
Nor who the fuck am I going to learn this with without it becoming too competitive. Like, it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah. 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 I enjoyed chess. I played like the week before Christmas. Like I played one of the kids in the high school before we left and went on remote and all that bullshit. And I sat there and I played him and I was like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have not played chess probably in at least like 15 years. So don't beat me too bad.
Well, say I used to play with my grandfather, but the other thing about it that it just kind of goes to show you is because she becomes a maniac about chess.
Yeah.
And it just goes like it really shows you how obsessive you need to be the best at something.
Right.
And it is just funny looking at it because anyone who's the best at anything, they have like these obsessive qualities, yet...
And they also tend to be assholes to the people around them. Like if you look at like Michael Jordan,
Tiger Woods,
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like look at the greatest of all times, like in their sports, and they're all assholes to the people, like their teammates. But I mean, Jordan said that in the final dance. He goes, yeah, I was an asshole. I had to be.
Yeah.
He goes, I wanted to win.
But that's what makes these people great, I think.
Exactly. Yeah, I believe that.
Well, and especially because, like, if you think about, like, because it's not, because chess, you can't just, like, physically, like, because basketball, LeBron James could be lazy, and he would probably still be, like, 80% as good as he is now.
Right.
Because he's just talented enough.
He's just an extremely gifted athlete.
But, like, something like chess... You're not born with anything that makes you fucking special about chess.
No.
The same way it doesn't make you any fucking special about like marketing or
right.
like golf, like poker. Right. Any idiot can play poker.
Right.
Just how much do you want to put into it?
Right. Right. Yeah, there's something to be said about that. That all of those like the massive achievers are all kind of assholes. Like even if you go to Steve Jobs, huge dickhead.
Yep.
I'm sure Jeff Bezos is a fucking dickhead.
Bill Gates is probably a dickhead.
Yeah. Well, he wants to put microchips in all of us, so
of course he does.
That's pretty dickhead.
This is all his fault.
Yeah.
COVID's all his fault.
He created coronavirus so he could distribute a vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why should we? That's my favorite thing. People are like, why should we be taking advice about a vaccine from a guy that builds computers? And it's like, well, you're not wrong, but you do kind of sound like a whiny bitch. And it's like, that's a very reductive argument. You're saying like a guy that builds computers as if like,
he's sitting there with fucking screwdrivers. Yeah.
He created
in 2020. He's the one.
He created Microsoft.
He's got a fucking soldering iron and a fucking screwdriver.
Yeah.
He's building the fucking Mac. Oh, the Windows. He's building fucking laptops in his garage.
Yeah. Like
the Windows Surface tablet. Yep. Nope. He sat there and literally constructed the product.
Yeah. Yeah. It is such a reductive argument when people say that. They're like, oh, we're taking a medical advice from a guy that builds computers. And it's like, well,
so actually, yeah, when you
one, he doesn't actually build them. Two, he's a fucking genius. Like people are allowed to know things outside of their field. Too, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
No, I mean I still don't want national medical advice coming from Bill Gates, but it's not like you.
I agree.
It's not like you call Windows help. And it's like,
yeah,
it's like, oh, well, what's your problem? It's like, oh, well, I'm having some issues with the whatever. And they're like, hey, Bill, line 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's your problem? Oh, yeah, let me just code that up for you.
Right. Yeah, it's just pretty funny. It's fun. I get enjoyment when people say that shit.
No, but I think Queen's Gambit's worth your time.
Yeah,
I think so.
How many episodes are in it?
7.
Oh, that's not bad.
7 episodes between 45 minutes and like just over an hour.
Yeah, that's not bad. All right. Well, I will piggyback off of your final thought with this final thought then, that I have started watching Designated Survivor. So it's a show with Kiefer Sutherland. It was on TV. I think it was on, I don't know, I'm making this up. Let's say NBC or, I don't know, CBS, one of those fucking TV shows. So it was on cable for 2 seasons, and then it got canceled. And then Netflix picked it up for the 3rd season. So the first 2 seasons are traditional, like cable show, like season, like there's 22 episodes in each season, because that's how fucking cable shows work. The 3rd season only has 10 episodes. I am probably almost halfway through the 2nd season. And it is pretty solid. So I will admit the second season is a little bit slower than the first season. The first season, so I will say without a doubt, the first season of Designated Survivor is absolutely phenomenal. It is great TV. And I was a huge 24 fan back in the day when that was on TV. And so I really enjoy Kiefer Sutherland. This isn't exactly the same idea because Kiefer Sutherland's not like fucking going around shooting people and blowing shit up. Hey, spoiler alert if you couldn't figure it out, and also the show's been out for years. He was the designated survivor and became president. So like that's the
Imagine
show.
that.
So but the first season is like all about all kinds of bullshit that he's got to deal with and just crazy shit. And it is very similar to 24 where like it's one thing after another, where you're like, wow, this guy's having a really tough time. Where in 24, it's like this guy's having the worst day ever because the whole show happens in 24 hours. But like with Designated Survivor, it's obviously not that. And you're like, wow, this guy's having like the worst year ever. So it is really good. I highly recommend. It is on Netflix. Designated Survivor. The first season, phenomenal. Like I said, the second season, I'm only like 8 episodes in to a 22 episode season, and it is a little bit slower. But when you compare it to season 1, where the very first episode is the fucking United States Capitol building explodes and all the government's dead.
How'd they know that was going to happen last week?
Yeah, I know, right? So that's the other thing, too. There's a lot of odd similarities between this show and things that happen in this show and like stuff that's kind of going on in the world now or has been going on. And I think the first season came out maybe in 2017. I can look it up really quick. Designated Survivor. Let's see. On Wikipedia. It was on ABC, so I was wrong both times. I guessed NBC and then CBS, and I was wrong. So the first season came out in 2016. So it's from a while ago. So it is interesting that a show that came out in 2016, there's a lot of parallels to real life politics that have happened in the last 4 or 5 years. But yeah, it's great. Give it a watch. That's going to do it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Like we said earlier too, make sure you go to mybookie.com, use the promo code SarcasmPod, when you sign up, and they will match your deposit up to 50%, of 50% up to $1,000, and get you a $20 free play. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, this is the first YouTube show that was filmed on our new camera. So shout out to Tony for the camera. I'm still trying to learn how to use it. So hopefully more things will come with that. But this was the first show in a very, very long time, probably since we were still up in Jamie's old room, that I actually have access to my phone. I haven't ever had my phone with me during a podcast in a very long time. So click subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and tell everybody about the show. You can find us on any podcast streaming platform. Subscribe on whichever one you're listening to us on. And also, if you're on Apple, if you're on the iTunes store, head over there to the iTunes store and give us 5 stars and also write a review, because it's the interaction that actually matters in all their ranking algorithms and all that stuff. So you can also find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. And the Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, good night, everybody.